Howdy y'all, I got a weird one today. This is a MakerBot digitizer. So this thing was made, I think back in what, 2013-ish? What this thing is, like a turntable with these cameras over here that you can't really like see because of how big it is, that will let you digitize objects. So if I wanted to, I could just like put this thing down there and it will like spin it around and try like scanning it and stuff. Or at least that's what it's supposed to do in theory. Now I have no idea if this thing is gonna actually work for me. You see, back when this came out, this thing was like $1,200, but I obviously did not pay that. Instead, I found this at my local creative reuse store for $40, untested. So, I mean, that's like 95, 96% off or something like that. I don't know. I figured why not give it a try, but I have no idea if it's gonna work because the software for this isn't supported anymore. But that's okay because I found it online. Or at least I used the Wayback Machine to go to MakerBot's website and like download an exe that I think should work. And well, I got it on the Windows 7 PC that I have right here. So why don't we try scanning something on here? We're gonna need to calibrate it first, and it came with this calibration block thing. So let's get this thing connected and see if we can follow the instructions. A USB-A to USB-B cable, and we'll plug this into the PC. Power that on. Oh, it's trying to install device, unknown device. Yeah, skip the Windows Update one. Okay, it found something. It's saying it's not connected. Oh wait, nope, there we go. Oh, I mean, I shouldn't be surprised. Look, there's a camera right here. You can see the sign over here. All right, I should probably turn off this light up here. That's probably gonna be throwing it off. I think this machine already had a name, belonged to the Kreml family. I don't know, well, we're just gonna rename this. Gonna call it the e-waste scanner. Can I skip? Okay, cool, I'm gonna skip the Thingiverse thing. I probably need to do some calibration and stuff. At least 1 foot away from the wall. All right, we'll push it back a bit then. Orient with A pointing upwards. Position the tool as shown with the small tab in the lower corner inserted at the center of the turntable. Ah, there we go. Okay, so cool. Well, it did a full rotation on that. Now we need to calibrate the B, so we're gonna take the B side up, okay, and then that in the center. Did it just get tired or something, or? Oh, there it goes. Remove the calibration tool from the turntable and slide out the front panel. Orient it with the C pointing upwards. Calibration complete. Well, with that taken care of, why don't we try scanning something? So why don't we try something simple, and let's do this low poly model of cloud. Could take 9 minutes, all right. You know, it's supposed to be showing me on the right here like data points, but it's not showing it currently. I am a little concerned about how it came out because there's some reflective bars in front of it, and also the thing isn't exactly 1 foot away from the nearest wall like the instructions tell me to. Uh-oh. Oh no, is it? Oh, I hope it's not about to crash on me. Oh no! Dang it. Well, there goes my scan. Well, that didn't work. Yeah, so the thing I'm a little concerned about, so if I move this up, yep, it's just a filter. I wonder if these bars right here are causing some problems for it, considering that they are somewhat reflective. I also might need to like push the thing back a little bit further so it's not in front of the so it's like more than 1 foot away from there. There we go. That's at least 1 foot, and I should put something right over here to block it. But I'm gonna have to go recalibrate everything real quick, so let me do that. Well, we're trying again, and as you might notice, this looks a little different because this isn't Windows 7 anymore. Yeah, I'm using this old Mac Mini that I have that's running El Capitan. I found another version of the software for Mac OS. I don't know why the screen is blue, but the screen is blue. But at least this time around, I'm actually kind of getting a scan, so hopefully this will work out. Yeah, before the camera would not look. It looks like it's working. I mean, some of the areas it's getting, it's not exactly 100% perfect because it's being blocked by the laser. You can kind of see his eye right there. Well, let's see if it actually does it. Ooh. Oh no, why does it look like that? Oh, that doesn't look that great, guys. Like, it was kind of getting there, but like, fellas, this is really supposed to be low poly. What? Whoa, what is this? Jeez, if this is the result that it got from that, it didn't even get like the feet correct. I mean, we could do like a multi-scan, but why is, I feel like this should be easy mode for it considering how simple the geometry is. Granted, the material might be a little bit weird because of how, I don't know, like the arms are like a little bit bit like reflective with the laser. I guess I'll save that. Well, that wasn't exactly great with this, but something I really do want to try is I got this extra clicks keyboard I was wanting to scan because I wanted to have my own kind of like different color of this. This thing's basically brand new, but I got it at a Goodwill. I really like how these keyboards feel. I actually use it on my main phone here. Well, now I just gotta figure out how to get this to stand up properly. Oh, now the color's working. Okay. Well, I really want to do this clicks keyboard, so I'm gonna put this thing in there just so I could stand it up, and hopefully it'll stay when I, you know, turn it. But we'll see, I guess. I'd say it's pretty dark. Seems like it's doing a decent job. I mean, obviously it's not gonna be able to get this top part taken care of, but that's fine. I don't need that anyway. Dang it! Well, I guess I didn't need to find a different solution for this. Ah, come on. You know, I could just have it like this. Like, I'm not gonna really be using that part. Here we go, this should do it. Now let's give that a go. That doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem very right at all. Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to look like that, guys. Well, that looks awful. That isn't even remotely what it's supposed to be. I guess I'll save it anyway. Okay, let's see here. We're gonna save this as Abomination. Well, I don't think this thing's turning out very well. I'm gonna try doing this one more time, but at this point, like, I mean, I'm not gonna be using this like for its intended purposes. I might as well just rip off this part. But so far, this thing is very disappointing, especially for the fact that this would have been 1.4 grand or something like that. Good thing I didn't pay that much. Well, let's go and ruin these scissors. All right, there we go. I mean, you know, it still functions. It just doesn't have this plastic part anymore. Hopefully this will make it a little bit easier for it to scan. There we go. All right, let's give it another try. Yeah, it's not really turning out how I want it to. I doubt the mesh is gonna look good because like the points have looked better than the meshes. When it makes the mesh, it looks so bad. Oh my gosh, really? This machine's just making stuff that looks like it belongs in John Carpenter's The Thing. You know, if I would have bought this back when it came out and spent well over $1,000 for this, I would have been so upset. You know, I could just be doing the calibration wrong, or maybe there's a bad sensor or something, but glad I only paid 40 bucks for this. Oh my gosh. This is gonna go back in the box. At this point, I'd be better off just using an iPhone's LiDAR or like an Xbox 360 Connect to scan stuff. This thing's awful. It's probably a reason why MakerBot's software doesn't really have this in it anymore. Well, if for some reason you would like one of these abominations that I have gone and scanned, I'll include a link to download them, but I'm not gonna be 3D printing this stuff anytime soon. Yeah, I couldn't even get like an easy thing like this low poly version of CloudWrite. And this should have been easy mode. I'll need to revisit this concept like with an iPhone or Connect camera, but this is supposed to be the benchmark. And this is what I actually wanted. Well, I hope I've fulfilled your curiosity. If you see one of these MakerBots like online, I'd pass because I'll need to find another way in order to be able to make a new case for this. Well, that's gonna be it for now though. So long, y'all.